Good morning, Cornerstone Church. Just a few announcements to start off and how we're going to be doing this morning. I do have a few announcements, but we were going to do worship together, but Jed is a little bit under the weather. We pray that it's a cold only, but we can pray for him this morning and just lift him up. So we won't be doing that. I'm not real for sure how we'll look at it in the future as far as this will be our format going forward. But there may be some things that we throw in here throughout the week that we might do through a different means of media, which is might be Zoom or something. But if that's the case, we'll send out emails and have you hook up. The thing about Zoom, I just want to let you know this real quick, is that everybody can chime in. So it might be one of those things that I think up to 100 people to an hour is free. The only thing that I heard, I've heard a lot of little birds chirping, but the internet may have a real hard time keeping up in the coming days. And so that's going to be something to look forward to. And I could just imagine a world where I can't give my opinions on Facebook or, being consumed by that type of media. So just look for emails. There are a few things that I have before we get started is even next week that what we might do as we go live, I might send out, if Jed and them aren't ready to go next week, that we'll send out some links to some worship songs where maybe we'll take the first 15 minutes and then I'll come live at 9:45 or 9:50. That way we can worship as one body at home. And so be looking for that, but we will send links out to you that will give you that, you're able to do that. One thing I want to encourage you is that we did this for 8 years of our lives in Turkey where we sat around the table, and actually it was probably the most encouraging time for our family, is that because we were able to connect spiritually with our children and we were able to talk to them on a level that was really unique. And it's something that as families, we don't experience it all the time because we go to church, which church is good, but we don't get to engage with our children and our families on a spiritual level. And so I want to encourage you that if things have changed rapidly, but that you have the ability to lead your families in devotion and worship and reading the Word. And so I want to encourage you to do that. If things don't work out online, that you make sure that you are engaging with your family, not just yourself, but with your spouse and with your children, and just engaging in that way. It's really an important time for us. A few announcements that I do have is that the food pantry yesterday went well. We served around 50 plus people. And so that was really unique. It was me, Mike, Ann, Bob, Marcy, Bonnie, Alyssa, and I. And we were able, and Ann Fickow, we took food out to cars and was able to bless people. And so it was up for a second Saturday, it was up. So a lot more people from Kakana, Kimberly, and Appleton. And so this next one might be bigger as we go along in this situation. We just don't really know how long it's going to last. But one thing that I want to encourage you is the food pantry is actually, we're low, extremely low, which worries me a bit. And then we were going to have the food drive in April. That was where we collect tons of our food that allows us to last through the year. And it's really phenomenal. But I want to encourage you that if you have extra to give, and if you can give financially to the food pantry, I would encourage you to do that. And I'll talk about giving in just a minute because you can earmark that. But one of the things Marcy said that we could use is peanut butter is a big deal. We were out of peanut butter. Canned foods, I think, is a big deal. And also soap and shampoo. So those are things that are essentials that people really need and will get them through this hard time. So if you have those things, extra things, or none of us want to go to the store and be known as a hoarder, but if you let people know that it's for a good cause, maybe that will change the attitude. But, in moderation, if you can provide that and just connect with Marcy that way. Also, the office hours are going to be changing a little bit. I really feel strongly that we want to keep the people that are on staff continuing going in their hours and paying them. So we'll continue to do that, but office hours are going to change. And so Marcia will not be in the office as much. And I want to do that for her own sake, but also just there's not much to do without church going on. And so, but we will communicate through her. So just be mindful of that. Please call in. If you have anything, call in the office, and we will be checking the voicemail if she's not in or if I'm not in. But also you can email me directly at jeremy.harris@cornerstonechurchfv.org. And what I've asked is Chad to put some things in the comment section. And so you're in there, Chad, if you wouldn't mind, assuming you are online, is putting that in there for me at jeremy.harris@cornerstonechurchfv.org. So put that in there for us, please. Also, I just want to encourage you this morning is that to not stop giving. But at the same time, I want you to know that the church is in a great place. And for many reasons, we just had our big annual business meeting. Financially, we are doing well, and our church is paid for. All those things are really important. I just want to communicate that. But at the same time, we need you to continue to give, and as you have the means to do so. And we realize that things are changing. Some people are being laid off. Some people are having to shut down businesses. So we don't want to just say give, but at the same time, be mindful of that. Chad is going to put some links on there in the comment section of how you can give through the website, also through our app, which is Church Center, and then also through the mail you can send in through that. And what I'd like you to do too, just so that we can kind of see who is all online, is that if you wouldn't mind writing in the comment section, just to allow others to